We first visited the Hawaiian Mission Houses a few years ago and did a story on their popular Cemetery Poo-Poo Theater performances. You can see that segment on our Career Changers YouTube channel. They also do special seasonal events, which got us to wondering, how did early missionary families celebrate Christmas in the islands?
I'm Mike Smola. I'm the Curator of Public Programs at the Hawaiian Mission Houses Historic Site and Archives. I'm in charge of all of our school programs, all of our tour programs, as well as our special events here. So December 14th, we have our candlelight tea and tour, where we'll be opening up the 1821 Mission House behind me here, and we'll have be populating the house with actors telling about their lives in the 19th century. Sort of a takeoff of our cemetery theater program, our history theater program there. There is a very limited number of reservations available, and reservations are required for the program. Christmas in 1821 would be very different than the way we celebrate Christmas today. These missionaries would have been using it as a day of quiet reflection and prayer and Bible study. There wasn't a lot of a big feast or big, big to-do. It's not really until the 1850s and 60s that Christmas as a celebration really takes off here in Hawaii. Since Christmas wasn't the big feast and holiday that the way we celebrate it today, the food would have been actually pretty simple. The missionaries actually had a very Hawaiian diet overall. Kalo, poi, pigs and chickens, fruits and vegetables. Hawaiians were already growing things like bananas and sweet potatoes, for example. All right, this would have been a hive of activity. All right, not only do we have the missionary women in here working, but they hired and paid Native Hawaiians to work here to help feed the about 70 people that would have been on the grounds here at the mission station. So from about 1820 till about the mid-1850s, anywhere from 2 to 4 families would have been living inside this house. So the families most associated with the house here are the Binghams, the Judds, and the Cooks. But people would have been coming in and out of here quite frequently. The cellar down here would have been used for things like storing of supplies. It was also used as a doctor's practice briefly for about 3 years by Dr. Judd. It was also used as the depository, the supply storage area. And that depository supplied all of the mission stations on all of the islands. So if you needed something on another island, you had to write to Mr. Chamberlain here in Honolulu, and then he would pack it up and ship it off to you by the next available boat. The gift-giving part wasn't a thing really until a little bit later in the 19th century. And they were generally small things. You know, it would have been small toys or books or things like that. Gourd was actually Lydia Bingham's first doll. The doll next to it was called a table leg doll. So Reverend Bingham actually took a table leg and carved it into a doll. One of the activities that occurred in here were hymn singings, and that's why, and we talk about the impact of the missionaries on Hawaiian music, especially through teaching the ali'i how to read, write, compose, and play Western styles of music. And of course, several of the ali'i became composers themselves, including Queen Liliuokalani and King Kalakaua. As far as next year goes, we do have a number of programs that have become sort of perennial favorites. One's our Mele series, our music program. And then we'll be doing our cemetery theater in June up at Oahu Cemetery like we always do. But we're also doing a lot more history theater, partnering with theaters like Kumukuhua in particular. We'll be partnering up with Play Builders for a play in 2020. We'll also be doing some more Neighbor Island things. We'll be taking our history theater to Maui and Kauai in the coming year. We even have a history theater program based on the life of Henry Pukaia that they'll be going to the U.S. mainland next fall. So we're very, very excited about all the things that we got coming up and how we're expanding out to wider audiences.
Hold the presses. We'll be right back.